West Asia is on the brink of another war. The entire region is in chaos. In the last 24 hours, we have seen a dramatic escalation. Israel has struck two countries, Lebanon and Iran. Both strikes have been in the capital cities, Beirut in Lebanon and Tehran in Iran. In Beirut, a top Hezbollah commander is believed to have been killed. In Tehran, a top Hamas leader has been killed. Israel is said to be behind both these attacks. Needless to say, the situation is tense and precarious. We've been telling you about this. In fact, yesterday we discussed how an Israeli attack on Lebanon was imminent. And it happened within hours of our report. Israel struck Beirut in an act of revenge for what happened on Saturday. There was an attack in the Golan Heights on Saturday, reportedly by Hezbollah in Lebanon. 12 Israeli children died in that attack. So Israel was expected to strike back, and it did. But it's the operation in Tehran that has taken everyone by surprise. It was designed to take out this man, Ismail Haniyeh, the political chief of Hamas. Just hours before his death, he was with Iran's top leadership. In fact, he was in Tehran for the swearing in of the new president, Masoud Pezeshkian, the new president of Iran. So Haniyeh met President Pezeshkian. He also met the Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and he was spotted at the Iranian parliament. It's a close association. Hamas, after all, is a proxy group of Iran. Its top leaders are protected by Tehran. So Haniyeh's killing means that Iranian defenses were compromised. A top Hamas leader was taken out on their watch, and that too in the heart of Tehran. Ismail Haniyeh should have been safe there. He ended up being killed. The details of the attacks are still sketchy. Here's what we know so far. This attack happened at 2 a.m. local time. It was an airstrike. Haniyeh was in northern Tehran. He was staying in government accommodation at a home built for Iranian veterans. And he wasn't alone. His bodyguard was with him. The airstrike killed both of them. Soon after the news broke, Haniyeh's daughter-in-law sent out this message from Gaza.
With hearts satisfied with God's judgment and destiny, I mourn a man whose name fills up the earth and sky upon being mentioned. May God reward us in our misfortune and grant us better situations. The pain is great.
Iran and Hamas have blamed Israel for his death. Officially, Israel is not claiming responsibility. They never have. Israel rarely takes responsibility for any operation behind enemy lines. But the reactions of Israeli leaders give it away. Several Israeli ministers have spoken about this assassination, and look at what they're saying. Haniyeh's death makes the world a little better. I'm quoting. Right way to clear the world from this filth. These are Israeli ministers. Yes, all your enemies will perish, O God. And finally, we have this. Careful what you wish for. Israeli citizens are also celebrating.
I think the assassination of Haniyeh is a great news, and I think it was supposed to happen, and I hope Sinwar will be next.
I think it's good news, both the assassination of Haniyeh and the assassination of the number 2 of Hezbollah yesterday. It's good news for Israel.
Israel says it has no new operations planned, but today's events change everything. Ismail Haniyeh was leading the Gaza ceasefire talks for Hamas. Those negotiations are now dead. More importantly, how would Iran respond to what has happened? It's a serious provocation for them. Their sovereignty has been breached. So the regime wants to respond in kind. Iran's supreme leader sent a warning to Israel today. The Iranian press relayed a message from him.
The criminal and terrorist Zionist regime with this action has prepared the ground for a harsh punishment for itself, and we consider it our duty to avenge the blood of him who was martyred in the land of Islamic Republic of Iran.
Iran says it will avenge Haniyeh's death. It will observe 3 days of national mourning. The funeral will be held in Tehran. Then Haniyeh's remains will be flown to Qatar, where he will be buried. There is outrage on the streets of Tehran. Supporters of the regime took out a march chanting "Death to Israel."
Akbar!
So the Iranians are angry. It will be very hard for the regime to let this go, and a lot will depend on their response. The region is bracing for impact. There's growing tension across the board, especially in the West Bank, where Palestinian groups have called a protest. Regional stakeholders are all nervous. World leaders are weighing in, starting with the United States here. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is still stressing on a ceasefire in Gaza.
Of course, I've seen the reports, and all I can tell you right now is I think nothing takes away from the importance of, as I said a moment ago, getting to the ceasefire.
Well, America could not sound more disconnected from reality. Meanwhile, China and Russia have condemned the Israeli operation.
It is clear that the organizers of this political assassination were aware of the dangerous consequences of this action for the entire region.
Qatar, Jordan and Lebanon have also slammed Israel, as have the Houthis in Yemen. Just like Hamas, the Houthis are also backed by Iran. Now, what remains to be seen is this. Will Tehran mobilize its proxies to respond, or will it attack Israel directly? Whatever they choose, West Asia is plunging into a wider conflict.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup Vantage has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect